So over the last couple of days, the crypto market has gotten wrecked. We've seen close to $300 million in liquidations almost every single day. Bitcoin's price has continued to fall, and altcoins are getting destroyed. Well, like Cardano, which has fallen below key support level at $1 per coin. But not everything is as bad as it seems. So let's talk about it. Right now, Bitcoin's price on the daily charts, when we look at it, doesn't look too great. We've seen Bitcoin's price drop below a couple of key support levels, one of which was that $40,000 per coin. In addition to this, we've also seen Bitcoin's price drop below that key 50-day simple moving average. All of these are bearish signs. The good news right now with the overall market and Bitcoin in terms of technicals is that we are still above two key support levels. The first is right around $35,500 per coin. This has acted as a very strong support over the last year, and we'll keep an eye out on this over the coming days. If we drop below this in the short term, we very well could test that $30,000 per coin number, but as long as we stay above it, we could have already seen the bottom a couple of weeks ago when we hit $32,000. So keep an eye out on this $35,500, $36,000 per coin number over the coming days. I wanted to quickly interrupt today's video to bring you a word from our brand new channel partner, Reach. Reach is a Cardano metaverse project that is cross-platform and player-ready. You guys know how much I love the Cardano ecosystem, and I'm always looking for new projects that are building on it. This project, in my opinion, has a lot of upside for a number of reasons, but one of them is that it allows metaspaces to be built quickly and accessible on PC, mobile, VR, and browser. Reach is like the Wix, that website building platform, but for the metaverse. You use Wix to build and host websites, and you use Reach to host metaspaces. The coolest thing, in my opinion, about Reach is that it is a platform agnostic project, which allows it to easily adapt to technology as it improves over time. It's not stuck on mobile. It's not stuck on VR. It is platform agnostic. Some of the features that stand out to me are that there is full VR support. You can own condos in their metaverse, Oculus Quest 2 hand tracking, it's developer friendly, and it has an official CNFT style user wallet authentication system. Over the next couple of months, I'm looking forward to this project rolling out a number of huge upgrades and announcements, some of which are like new NFT shops, land sales in the land surrounding their starting city of UR, launch of more districts, and other cool software updates that are coming by the end of Q2 2022. If you like Cardano, well, I definitely think this project is something you should check out, and use my link in the description down below. Check out Reach today and let me know your thoughts on this rapidly growing Cardano metaverse project. Anyways, back to the next thing with the overall market before we jump into Cardano is going to be that 219,000 Bitcoin wallet addresses have been emptied over the past month. And if you don't already follow me on Twitter, make sure to do so because I post a lot of content there that we don't talk about on YouTube. But as we spoke about on Twitter the other day, the number of active addresses is currently at the lower bound of this channel right here. And this typically has depicted a time when the market is in a bear market or long-term periods of consolidation. But the good news here is that historically, when we have seen it at this lower bound where we're seeing right now, that is the best time to accumulate because a lot of people just aren't interested in crypto. Weak hands have been shaken out. People are not getting involved, and that is the best time historically to buy more, add to your positions, and simply dollar cost average long-term. This is where the big money is made. So this is the opportunity to make money, a couple years down the road. Next thing I want to talk about, though, is going to be what is going on with Cardano, because recently Cardano has had a couple of huge announcements come out. First of which was that Cardano surpassed Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and almost every other crypto in terms of transaction volume for the second time this month. When we look at the chart right here, we could see that Cardano's transaction volume over a 24-hour period just yesterday or the day before, depending on when you're watching this, was at $16.71 billion compared to that of Bitcoin, which was $9.23 billion, or Ethereum, which is at $3.84 billion. You could see that Cardano is really growing in terms of actual adoption and use. Previously, everyone has always said that Cardano was just a hype coin, that a lot of people didn't actually use it. But according to data, we're seeing that people are using Cardano more and more. More projects are being built on it. And this is proven in terms of transaction volume. This means more people are transacting on Cardano's ecosystem and its network than Bitcoin and Ethereum. This happened, for a 24-hour window, but it's the second time it's happened over the last month. The big question here is, why is Cardano's price not reacted positively if so many projects are building on it, so much is going on? And this is really because the overall market is just being dragged down by tensions between Russia and Ukraine, taxes, upcoming tax season, new regulations from Joe Biden. All these things are contributing to the overall market, causing altcoins to take a huge hit. No matter what is going on, no matter how great news is coming out, altcoins are taking a big hit. And it's not that Cardano isn't doing better or altcoins don't have exciting news come out. It's really just because macro events in the overall market. Next thing I want to talk about with Cardano is going to be something that I think is pretty big long-term for the project. And this is that Cardano Foundation recently doubled the reward offered to hackers for uncovering bugs on the Cardano blockchain. They said this is going to run between now and March 25th, 2022. And the important thing here, in my opinion, is that they're investing heavily into not only making sure the Cardano blockchain is secure, but also they want more people to get involved with the project. This, they said in the official statement, it's part of an ongoing attempt to keep its business and customers safe. And the thing that I like about this, it's not about the amount they're offering as a bounty, not about this program in particular, but the one thing is that Cardano has always put security and safety first. We've seen a number of other blockchains which have grown really quickly, like Solana. They've grown very quickly, but they've had a lot of issues in terms of security along the way. Cardano has never had that. Ethereum has had a lot of security issues over the last couple of years since its inception. Cardano has been one of the few blockchains that has been able to scale, but has also been able to maintain security and safety for people, using its blockchain. So I think this is really important and shows that Cardano is not just in it for the hype, not just in it for the short term. They are planning long term every single step of the way, always putting security and safety first before anything else. Next thing I want to talk about is going to be with Cardano in terms of price predictions, because I've been seeing this floating around, a lot of people talking about this, and I wanted to just address what is going on here. So recently a new report came out that Cardano is going to reach $58 per coin by 2030. This is according to Finder's Poll, which is a data analytics company in the crypto space, really known for making price predictions, where they accumulate a bunch of different analysts, their price predictions, and they give you the averages. And what it says is, according to the opinion of all the analysts consulted, they said that Cardano's price will reach $58 per coin by 2030 and $2.72 per coin by the end of 2022, which would be about 160% return from where we are now to the end of 2022. The reasons that they've said this in particular is that Cardano is one of the few smart contract platforms that have placed security and correctness and decentralization at their core, backed by formal methods and peer-reviewed research. Just as much of what I said prior to this. But the thing to remember here is that price predictions are simply that. They're predictions. This isn't guaranteed. You can't use this as an investment. The way that I look at these price predictions is, yes, it means a lot of people are bullish on Cardano, which we already know. But if you're looking for specific price predictions, it's impossible to really tell where Cardano could be 5-10 years from now. If we see mass adoption take place across the continent of Africa, well, I think Cardano's price could easily reach that price prediction. But if we don't, then there's so many variables in place. Either way, the way that I look at this is, okay, people are bullish on Cardano long term. That's great. Do we know if it's going to reach $58 per coin? No, we don't. It's impossible to tell. Can it? Yes, it's very possible. So just keep an eye out on these predictions, what people are saying, and realize that, there's so many factors. For Cardano in particular, we could talk about other layer 1 cryptos. We could talk about what's going on with Africa and adoption there. We could talk about, so many other things with macro regulations going on. All of these will contribute to Cardano's price. And ultimately, I'm bullish on Cardano long term. I think dollar cost averaging is the best strategy, but just keep this in mind whenever you're looking at price prices and like price predictions. Last thing I want to talk about is going to be Cardano's price in particular. When we look at technical analysis for Cardano, one key thing has happened as of recently that you need to be aware of, and that is that Cardano has dropped below a very strong support at $1 per coin. This has been a very strong support for Cardano over the last really year or so at this point, and this is not a good sign that we have seen Cardano break below this level. So right now, Cardano's price is trading right around 86 cents per coin, down about 8% over the last 24 hours. The key thing here is that we're going to need to regain that $1 per coin resistance right now, because that has been such a strong level for Cardano holders over the last year that in order for us to see any sort of positive movement, any sort of breakout to record highs, we're going to need to be able to reclaim that dollar per coin resistance very soon, because if not, I see it being a very long time before we could break back above that, as there is a lot of buying and a lot of selling pressure at that level. So anyways, that's what's going on with the overall market right now. Some good news, some bad news. If you're looking at, overall sentiment's not too great in the market. Right now, I think, is the best time to be dollar cost averaging long term, but if you're in it for the short term, you got to prepare for volatility. You got to be prepared to see some big swings both up and down, depending on what happens with Joe Biden, U.S. regulations for crypto, depending on what happens with Russia and Ukraine, depending on other macro events. So just keep an eye out on that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Make sure to follow me on Twitter if you don't already, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.